Hello, everybody, and welcome to the SPL Power Rankings for July. Willip is timed out in the wiki for 1 second. Willip, behave yourself. All right. You win football one time. Anyway, it's July. It's post Phase 1 playoffs. Thanks for the host, Real Coleman. Hello. Raid. Hello. I'm doing my intro. I'm doing my intro right? YouTube. You're going to have to deal with this. Is the way it goes now when you get live recorded content rather than me just talking at a microphone. Anyway, it's July. It's post Phase 1 playoffs, post Phase 2 week 1. That's coming up next weekend. It's currently Saturday, the 3rd of July. And we're going to be doing some power rankings based on how teams have played at the playoffs and in the times leading up to the playoffs, and trying to rank the players by role. By how well I believe they've performed over the season so far. There is recency bias in this. I mean, I weight it on their sort of more recent performances. So if somebody had a really great week 1 of the SPL, that's not going to rank, that's not going to matter as much as if somebody played really well in the Phase 1 playoff finals. That's just the way it goes. I'll show you the last power rankings we did quickly. 19th of May were the last ones we did, sometime in the middle of Phase 1. And this is where we ended up with our power rankings then. You can grab a screenshot and have a look if you want. The Leviathans were playing really well at that point. Kings as well. Shock didn't even qualify for the playoffs in the end. Valkyries were languishing down the bottom. Warriors were really struggling, so this is before they had their playoff run and obviously showed up a decent amount. So, yeah, this was our last rankings. We'll see who moves the most and things like that at the end, I suppose. And yeah, let's do it. The other thing I've done, which I've not done before, is we have this wheel. We have this wheel that we can spin and decide which role to do at which time. So we're going to do the roles in a totally random order for once, I think. So how do I just spin? Is this spin open? No, I want to spin. Oh, there we go. Spin button. Button that says spin on it. All right, let's spin. Who's going to get... Oh, jungle. This is sick. That's the best thing I've ever... This is the best decision I've ever made in my life, having this spin wheel. That's fucking sick. All right, jungle. Jangle. We're starting off with jungle. Okay. The number 8 jungler is Johnny. We're getting straight into it. Johnny has had some good games on Loki. He's had very little other than that. Jungle's been a pretty inconsistent role all around. Johnny is the player playing on the highest ping right now. He's having a tough time. Cuvo, who's also playing jungle from Europe and on high ping, has been having a tough time. It is what it is. He's having a bad time of it. Loki will hopefully be back open for Phase 2. Hopefully we'll get Johnny and the boys, the Valks boys, out to the US to play on good ping and maybe even play at LAN. But for now, he is our number 8. Number 7 is, for me, a player who's had a rough start to the season, then had a bit of an uptick, and then gone back to having a rough time. Johnny over Cuvo. I don't agree with that. I think Cuvo turned it around a lot in that Phase 1 playoff qualifier, the group stage thing. Cuvo had a good time of it. But yeah, I don't think he was the reason his team won. I think your next two, right? So your next two are these two. You got Scary and Cuvo Fred, orange and pink. Is that pink? It's not really pink, is it? It's like, I don't know what we call that. Peach? I don't know. I'm not good with colors. We are drinking, by the way, this week a Rioja Las Persales. It was my last bottle in my old wine delivery. I do have a new wine delivery now. It's pretty nice. It's enjoyable. I'm enjoying it. It is red, yeah. It is red wine, if that's what you mean. Salmon. Maybe it's salmon. Anyway, Scary D versus Cuvo Fred. Who do I think's had the better time of it? I mean, I think you've got to go Scary over Cuvo. Cuvo's had some okay games when Warriors are winning. I don't think he's been outstanding even when they've been winning. Struggling with ping as well. The bottom two ping junglers, I think, are the bottom two players in the role. And then I think you've got Scary at number 6. Had 1 or 2 outstanding games on Raven. Other than that, been quite questionable in the role, in my opinion. Okay, next up. So who have we got left? We got Layers, Laspra, Captain Twig, Sam for Soccer, and Panatom. Twig previously my number 1 jungler. No, number 2 jungler. I had Panatom at number 1. We'll see how that changes. Layers, I think, comes in at number 5 still. Had some pretty good games in the jungle. Been pretty solid for the Scarabs, in my opinion. Had an okay time of it. Not blown me away in many games. But has been just, you know, solid, reliable, good. And yeah. RIP YouTube monetization. He showed himself drinking in the bottle in the video. Is that not allowed? Can you not drink on YouTube? You can probably drink on YouTube. I've watched a video of a guy, of like a sommelier, talking about wine. It's like allowed, isn't it? I mean, the Scarabs beat the Kings one time. That is true. That doesn't mean that the Scarabs are better than the Kings there. But that's just me. Next up. Yeah, I think... Does Twig drop down that far after the Kings' performances? Was Twig he was definitely a part of the problem for the Kings not qualifying. I mean, they just... I don't know. I think they came up against teams who were playing hot as well, which was a bit tough. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Twig in at number 4. And I think Panatom does drop as well. I think Panatom didn't have great play at the playoffs, in my opinion. I think a few of the Leviathans members didn't show up the way that they normally do, in my opinion. Then they had a tough tournament. So yeah. And then Sam versus Laspra. I think it's close. It could be Laspra number 1. It could be Sam number 1. I think I'm gonna go Laspra number 1. I think he's had a more consistent year so far than Sam, which I never thought I would say in my life. Laspra being the most consistent jungler in the league? I don't know. Never thought I would say that ever. But I think Laspra has had the single most consistent split he's ever had. By a long way. And I've been impressed by him. He's been the best. Gilgamesh had to have it like perma-banned against him. He's been pretty good on everything else. Sam has been, yeah, nuts on the Mercury and has the widest god pool out of any jungler. That's true. But I think Sam goes number 2, Laspra goes number 1. I think as well when Dragons were having some off weeks, Sam looked pretty bad. I think even when Dragons have been winning, sometimes Sam's had a bit of a tough time, made a lot of mistakes. I think Laspra's been a bit more consistent, a bit more solid for me in the jungle as of late. So I'm going to go with Laspra number 1. That's what I'm going with. I think that's going to surprise people. Especially because I think I've rated Laspra pretty low in like every other power rankings I've ever done because of his inconsistency. He was number 4 in the last one. Okay, so he's made it up a long way. I thought he was more consistent last split as well. It's true. But yeah, I've been impressed by him. Been impressed by him as of late. I don't know. Sam's dropped some Fidos on some other gods as well. He's made some big mistakes. He died a lot on Thanatos when he played it. That was a long time ago, to be fair. And I know I talk about recency bias in these things, but yeah, I don't know. I just think Laspra over the season has been the best jungler in the league. Twig and Panatom as well have been great, but fell off a little bit in recent times. I think, yeah, there was a reason Twig and Panatom were top 2 previously, because they were, even though Twig had one bad set, his first set, he's been really, really impressive. Panatom's been running the map incredibly well, but both, I think, fell off towards the end of the season a bit. Danny Boy Kane, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back to the hashtag NH1 back tomorrow. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for the 7 months. Cheers. Just the Pele and Merc plays over way less? I don't know, but then you could say Laspra's Gilgamesh plays are up there with that, you know? It's hard to... You can't just say just these plays on one god or two gods that the team do well with. Although, obviously, Sam's Merc has been borderline unplayable this season, which is fair to say. He's been very, very impressive on it. But that's it. That's it. That's the jungle list. I'm stuck with it. And now, I think we go back to the wheel. Back to the wheel, everybody. I'm fairly comfortable with this, even though I'm a little surprised at myself that I put Lasper number 1. I thought he would be high in my head, but I try not to overthink these things before I go into them. But I've been really impressed with Lasper this season. I think he's deserved he deserves recognition. Triple GK, thanks for the 35 months. Welcome back to the hashtag Nation right to my heart. Appreciate it. Okay, next one. Let's remove jungle and let's spin. This is sick, dude. I love this. Support. Paul Gayers, dude. Hopefully I don't get DMCA'd for that. Okay, support is the next list we're going to do. And as is customary, we will grab a Valkyries player and we will put them at the bottom of the list. That's mid. Okay, we'll put them at the bottom of mid. Bottom of support. Raph has been bad. He's bought tank boots every single game, though. Fun fact, comes from genetics. But Raph has been pretty poor this year. He improved as the year went on, at least a bit. He has gotten better, but I think, like, for me, he's a player who's going to be affected by the fact that they're on high ping. He's not going to want to play if he doesn't feel like they have that much of a chance. He's going to be having a miserable time of it. And as such, I don't feel like he is fully dialed in on the game. At least he didn't start the season fully dialed in on the game. He's bought War Flag, all right? I mean, he's done some pretty questionable things. Number 7. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you got it right, the Red God. I think Neil Ma is our number 7 support. A lot of deaths, seems to be struggling with the ping a bit, I think, in terms of the way he's playing. Warriors did manage to get through the playoffs in first seed somehow out of their group, but even still, I still have Neil, Dardes, and Cuvo as a trio. I think they're pretty poor. I think they've done a lot better when they get to the team fight stage, to be fair to them. But I still think this Warriors team is almost living off of the sidelines, and in particular Nika. I think their core is just awful. Just awful. And I know they're struggling with ping. So this is all with a giant asterisk on it that I think when Dardes, Neil, and Cuvo get to be on an even footing with the other teams, I think they could be great. But to tell you the truth, this core has been... It's been shit. It's been bad. It's not been as bad as Johnny Zeros and Raffer, to be fair, but it's been bad. Okay, numero 6. So I'm looking at 2 people here. I'm looking at Aurora and Inbound for this spot. Inbound stepped it up a fair bit this year. I think he's still growing as a player. All last year he was growing, and I think he has continued to grow. And has he grown above Aurora, is the question. I don't know. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I think I'm gonna go with chat. And I will be putting Aurora in this 6th place slot, and Inbound in the 5th place slot. I don't think it's too controversial. Inbound has had some good, interesting picks lately. I've liked the way he's played the map. I think he's adjusted his god pool to be what his team needs. Any news on why Phase 2 has a week delay? Does it? It's next weekend, isn't it? I don't think it has a delay. Yeah, inbound Herc, by the way. Holy crap. Has been outstanding. Really, really great. Really great. Impressive. Like, he just hits every 2. I don't think there's any delay for Phase 2. Not as far as I'm aware, anyway. But if they were to delay it, they'd delay it by a week so that it was on the mid-season patch, but it's not. Oh, you mean just for mid-season patch? You mean mid-season patches afterwards? What do you think is up with Raf? I mean, it's the same thing that's up with the whole Devox. They don't want to play the game on high ping. They're having a miserable time. They're losing, and they feel like there's nothing they can do. They feel like even if they play perfectly, they're probably going to lose. Because they get the gods that are... They have to ban things because they can't play against them. They got the gods that they can play banned against them by the other team because, you know, they're comfortable playing them on high ping, so... They get banned away against them because they've won with those gods. Loki gets removed from the map. I mean, it just feels like everything's going against the Valks. I think that's what's wrong with all of them. Is they're just like, I think they're just having a miserable time, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's fucking tough. Okay, number 4 is going to be. He loses his spot, same as Twig. They move down because. They have not qualified through the playoffs. They didn't play well as a unit, in my opinion, which moves them all down. Don't think it was particularly individual mistakes. But Genetics moves it down 1. Let's have a look. Yeah, he was 3rd last time, right? Yeah. Okay. And up goes Jake. Jake and Genetics swap places. Up to 3rd is Jake. Didn't have a greatish tournament. Was okay at times. But I don't think he was as good as the top 2. I don't think any, I honestly, I've been fairly disappointed with the support play out of some of the guys. He carried with Umoja. Yeah, he did do well on Umoja. I don't know if he hard carried with Umoja, but he did well. That's fair. But yeah, I remember watching the playoffs having some criticisms of Jake. I'm sure I have. I feel like it must be the jungle and support are hard right now, you know, because these guys are not bad players, the guys in each role, but I feel like it's been very hard for either role to look consistent this year. I think both support and jungle must be a tough time in the SPL right now because they seem to be having a tough time. We'll see how they do without tank boots. The support role in particular is about to very much change. So I'm interested to see how it goes. Yeah, Jake hinting on Sobek, yeah. Jungle's in a volatile spot, same with support. Yeah, I think so. My number 2 is going to be Rongyu, I think. Yeah, Rongyu, number 2. And PBM, number 1. I think PBM did what had to be done in the support role for the Dragons for them to win the games. He ran the map. He ran around with Sam. Those two as a duo were really, really good. I feel like PBM's been a bit less dominant than we're used to seeing him. But he had a great finals in the Phase 1 playoffs, as the Red Goddess saying. Again, my phone's vibrating at me. What are you vibrating at me for, huh? Somebody got a present. That's cute. Okay, cool. Afraid not, I guess. Okay, that's the support one done, right? That's good. Is that good? I feel like we've got less dissent than usual today, chat. Think about Leviathans without Ronnie? Yeah, they'd struggle, I think. I mean, Panatom as well, I think, is a very integral part of how Shinto and Hardcore do so well. I think Panatom and Rongyu and Julio as well are a very integral part of how the carries look so good, which is why I rate them highly. I don't think I underrate these guys. But yeah, I think Raph is too low, Savisor. I don't know. How can I possibly move him up? Anyway. Let's go. Let's go back to the wheel. We will remove support from the wheel. We'll roll again. We'll roll again. I love that. That's such a banger, man. All right, mid. Mid is up next. A role I am dreading ranking because I did have big man things at the top before and he just can't stay there. So we'll see what we do with these mid laners. Okay. You know the drill, chat. You know the drill. We will be taking zeros and placing him in at number 8. I don't like to do it. I don't like to do it. And then we'll be taking... Dardes has been better than he had been. I think that's fair to say. Can I possibly put him above anybody? I think the answer is still no. I think the answer is still no. I think Baronic's been better than him. I think Paul's been better than him. I think Ven's been better than him. I think Big Man, Hari, Shinto, they speak for themselves. So I think Dardes is still number 7. So far it's looking a little bit color coordinated on these bottom 4, huh? Alright, let's see if we can change that up a little bit. I don't think Dardes... I can't put Dardes over Baronic. There's just... I don't think even if you're being super recency bias-ish, I think Baronic has been better. In all honesty. Dardes is playing on high ping again. He has struggled with it. He's said himself he's having a tough time with it. He's picking... He said he's been picking the wrong gods. Still on vacation. Get off vacation, Dardes. Hope the new WoW patch is going well. But you're still number 7. You're still down there. I hope you make it to the SPL soon. And are able to show us what you've got. Maybe Hera will be back. This is ping racism. You can't blame me for the ping racism. Hey, Soggy. The ping... that's going to get picked up by Google DeepMind, and now this YouTube video will be demonetized because of Google DeepMind thinks I'm talking about controversial topics because of you, chat. Why have I said this? There go my millions of YouTube ad dollars. Gosh darn it. Okay. Yeah, I think your next 2 are these 2. Ooh, whoa. This one and this one. Paul, Baronic. I think they've... I think Baronic's been a bit more consistent. Paul's had higher highs. Baronic's Yanis. He's had some great games on it. He's had some bad games on it. Paul did pick Zhong Kui week 1. We will not forget that. We're keeping it in our minds forever. We're keeping it in our minds forever. That he... What do you mean, Savvy? You are out of your mind. You are out of your mind, Savvy. Stop hitting on Fat Kui. Moswell, it's 0 and... Is it 0 and 7 or 0 and 8? It's either 0 and 7 or 0 and 8, Moswell. It's not won a game. It's not won a single game. Everybody who's picked it has lost. It's worse than RTO. Worse than RTO. Didn't you tell one of them how to play it? Wasn't it Ven or someone who spoke to you? Pretty Prime has won 1 game with it, I believe, in the SCC. Then he lost with it afterwards to make up for it. But one person has won. I think Zhong Kui's underrated. It's hard not to be underrated when you're 0 and 7. If you got a 100% loss ratio, it's very difficult not to be underrated because you're not that dog shit, you know? You're not that bad. But you're 0-7 at the same time. He's bottom tier. He's shit. He's losing every time. Fuck him. Fuck that god. And fuck everybody playing it without Blink. Sock reveal? Alright, let's take a quick sock reveal break here. Let me just get this leg up here. There you go. It's got goats on it. It's got goats on it. I wore this for the bolts. All the bolts are in, all the bolts. Say the line. Oh, for God's sake. Is Afro dead? I apologize for that. Okay, let's move along. No more of those for the night, please. Okay. Number 6 in the mid lane. Is it Paul or Baronic? Is it Paul or Baronic? Is it Paul or Baronic? Thanks, Stardust. Perfect. I'm gonna go with I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Baronic into Paul. Because Paul has single-handedly carried a few more games and played good in games where they've lost a little bit more. Baronic played well as part of a core. I've been impressed with him as a rookie. Really impressed with him as a rookie. I've liked this core. I think the core is a lot of the reason why the Scarabs have been winning games, to be honest, winning sets. But at the same time, I'm going to have Paul above him because I'm a dickhead like that. It's what I bring. And also, I don't want this to match anymore. I want to ruin it before we get to the sidelines. Okay. Number 4. I mean, even when they've been losing, Big Man Tings has been fantastic. I think if you look at these 4, this is where you get to the real top tier. We're talking these 4 are like the top 4 from solo last time we were doing this. I mean, they're just outstanding. They're just so good, these 4, I think. I think all 4 of these have been... I don't understand how you could argue for any of the bottom 4 to be above the top 4 here. I think this is not particularly close, the gap between the bottom 4 and the top 4, in terms of consistency, in terms of God pull, in terms of individual performance. I don't know. I just think all 4 of these have been great, in my opinion. Okay. Who goes to number 4? I will... Shinto has been nuts, I think. I don't think you can put him down that way. Recency bias, how did the Kings do in the playoffs? They did not qualify, 100% true. But I think the Big Man Tings was still I think he's been one of, if not the most consistent player in the league so far. He's up there. Laspra and Jungle as well, very, very consistent. But I think those 2 maybe are the 2 most consistent players in the league so far. Haddix maybe as well, up there. But they've all been very, very, very good the whole year. Panda most consistent. I think Panda had a little bit... I mean, Panda picked Artemis against the Scarabs and lost. But yeah, even in that game, he didn't look that bad, to be fair. It was just a bad pick. But I don't think... I think Panda would... spoilers, Panda is the number 1 ADC. BMT picked Nuwa. Did he lose? That is true. I mean, he did lose, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, number 4. Fuck, dude. This is really hard. The Falcons are the most consistent team in the league. Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, the Valks and the Warriors so far are equally consistent in my power rankings. That's true. Start with first place. Does that make it easier for me? It doesn't really make it easier for me. Okay. I could put any of these 4. You know what? What I would say is I'm not going to put Heroine number 1, which means if I think any of the other 3 could be number 1, I think I'm about to upset some people, but I think... Thanks very much, Zanzibar, for the 2 months. Welcome back to the hashtag Nation. I appreciate it. Heroine is going to be my number 4. Because I think I could argue for the other three as number one over him. Even though I don't think Hurry's been bad. I think he's been good. For sure. I am thinking, is Van number one? I'm seriously considering putting Van number one here, chat. Somebody talk me out of it quick. He's had a great season. Especially lately. But he's another one. Van and Laspra have come at... What do you mean? How much did the Bolts play me? But they've been... They topped their group. They've been great. I don't understand why people would argue for them to be so, like... I think people are living in the past a little bit. Triple bans on you in finals is true, Hurry. It's a compliment. But Shinto gets triple bans as well. It's worth knowing. All right, let's go number three. Number three. I cannot put you above number three if you don't qualify to the event. I'm sorry. If you don't qualify to the playoffs, you can't be above number three. You lose 2 places automatically by not qualifying. That's how it goes. I'm so sorry. You cannot just fail to qualify and then have your whole team be mid-table. It just can't happen. Yeah, exactly, Hurry. I'm sorry that you lose to him, but everybody's upset at me for even putting him third. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. Yeah, no worries, guys. The guy who doesn't even qualify for tournaments is the second best or the best. Yeah, no problem. No problem. He's not even in the competition. How can he be the best if he's not even in the competition? No worries. Let me just put fucking let me just put fucking Angry Day in there as number one. He didn't qualify either. Great player. Oh, let me just put fucking oh, you know that. How could it be over Hurry then? Because I've decided that's how I do it. All right, don't pick holes in my logic. That's not fair. Yeah, Pegon. That was the name I was looking for. Let me just put Pegon number one. You cannot put somebody 2 or 1 who doesn't qualify. I'm sorry, but you can't do it. Yeah, well, the Romanian mid laners, top 1 and 2, done. Okay. Number 2 for mid lane will be so you've got a couple of things to look at here. Van is a much more selfless player than Shinto. Shinto gets a lot of farm funneled into him. And has had some very, very good performances. But I think that considering the amount of farm that goes into Shinto and the differences in Van and Shinto's performance has been negligible, if even that. Although I've been extremely impressed with Shinto's Yanis. Extremely. Oh, okay. We're copy pasting now. I've been extremely impressed with Shinto's Yanis, but at the same, Anis Raijin. But at the same time, I'm doing it, champ. Shinto numero dos and Veneno numero uno. It's done. Which mid laner won the playoffs though? This guy. This motherfucker right here won it. Mr. Pink. Beautiful man. That's my tier list. I gotta work on my player positioning, standing opinions, game analysis, ping bias, recency bias, SPL knowledge, genetics 9th, and angry 1st. Working on it all. I think Van has been, yeah, I think these two, considering, okay, so I think, chat, I'm gonna say it. A lot of you have a bias on past performances and think Laspra and Van are inconsistent, because they always have been, up until now, unless you include, Season 4 Worlds, Van was pretty fucking nuts. But they have been very inconsistent, Season 5, 6, 7. They have just been inconsistent players. But this year, they have both been very good. The whole season. Apart from possibly the first set. The first set, they were pretty bad. But on that, they've been very, very good. You're You're also biased when Shinto's entire team performs when Pani is behind. Shinto doesn't do shit. I mean, Panatom is often behind because he goes duo early. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's true. I think Panatom's often behind, at least for the first 10-15 minutes, and then he kind of catches up. But it's because he goes duo early and gets his duo lane ahead, gets his ADC ahead in particular. And he also leaves Shinto to solo farm a lot, and so does Rongyu, which is why Shinto ends up being so hyper farmed and doing a great job in a lot of games. Hari is better than Ven in the final. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd agree with that, actually. Ven was still good. I think both mid laners were good in the final. I think Shinto is definitely a really top player. And so like as I said, these top 4 mid laners are really good. Really good, in my opinion. I like all of them. I think they've all had really good seasons so far. They have slightly differing playstyles as well, which is interesting. Ven's much more get in there, big man things, Mr. Consistent. Shinto gobbles up the farm but does a lot with it. Hurrowwind, eclectic godpool, who will run the game on certain picks. I think they are quite different mid laners who have all been very good in their own right. But this is how I got it. This is how I got it ranked. I knew that there would be, at some point, we'd have some major disagreements, Chan. This is where it is, and that's fine. That is okay. How much of this season is invalidated by ping? I mean, we don't know how much of it is invalidated by ping until the players are on an even playing field, but for now, I think it's fair to say that you take the Warriors and Valks and even the Kings results with a pinch of salt. You don't... I mean, these players, these are not bad players, you know. Johnny did not become a bad player, not bad player even, like a bottom of the league player overnight. Same with Emil, same with Raffer, same with Zero. You know, they're not bottom of the league players, although who knows, but we'll see when they get over. But for me right now, I mean, Kuvo did not go from winning a world championship to not being able to hit things overnight. You know, it's tough. It's really hard to play on the ping they're playing on, to be clear. So you gotta be, and Dardes as well. I mean, you look at Dardes last season compared to this, and it's bizarre. Anyway, yeah, we done mid jungle support, so we gotta remove the mid from here, and then we do solo or ADC. Let's spin the bell, spin the thing. Does Kuvo have worse ping than BMT? Probably slightly worse. Yeah, solo pretty similar there. I think all the traffic seems to get routed through Sweden. Okay, solo time. Solo. I don't know, Wolfie. As far as I'm aware, nobody's any further with their visa process than they were before. I'm gonna rank the roles as a group at all. I could do that if you want. I have done it before. Well, not really. Nebula, thank you very much for the tier 1. Welcome to the hashtag KNH1 tomorrow. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Nebula. Anyway. Let's go. Let's go. Solo lane. Supreme Lord Oliver BM. Thanks for the prime. Welcome to the hashtag NH1 tomorrow. I appreciate that. I actually meant to turn off my notifications for this stream, but you know what? It is what it is. We've not had that, but it's been fun. Okay, number 8, solo laner. You're looking at Ducky. Your bottom 3 are probably going to be Ducky. Your bottom 4. Okay, let's go bottom 4. Bottom 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are my bottom 4. This is my bottom 4. You might not agree. This is my bottom 4. I'm going to put Ducky at number 8. He's been great on the Wukong. Oh. You gotta say, he's been the best player on his team. Oh, God. He's been the best player on his team. but he's number 8 in solo. I think he was the best player on his team for this tier list as well. He was still number 8 in solo, which I hate to do. It sucks, but it's very easy for me to just put the Valks at the bottom because they blow. To be frank, they fucking suck. You can't sugarcoat it, really. You know, they're playing on high ping. It's a tough time. They're having a real rough time out there. Yeah, they suck, regardless of whether they're on high ping. Yes, they suck. Yes, I can only judge them based on what I see. Ducky's been the best player on his team. He's still been the worst player in his role over the season. I think he's been the best Wukong though. Best Wukong in the league. Gotta give it that to him. Want to just put Emil 8th and get it over and done with? I could. Will I though? Maybe. I will consider it. I will consider it. Okay. Number 7. Remember, solo is the most stacked role as well. So Ducky being number 8 in solo, I mean he's like number 3 in ADC. That role fucking sucks, man. ADC players, they blow. Then first, yeah. If you weren't here for it, Hearn, you can check it out on YouTube when I put it up there, and you can see my meaning, or you can just look back in the VOD. One of the two. But yeah, you know, you do what you want to do. Okay. Number 7 for solo. Who did I have in here? Let's go back to the solo inners who I had in here. I had Julio, I had Benji, I had SOT. These are my next 3. I'm going Julio. I had him pretty high up before. I think he had one bad set up against Nika, and Julio's confidence kind of went, and he fell off a cliff, in my opinion. He really... Like, I like Julio. I think he's a sick player, but I think he had a bad set up against Nika, and ever since then, his confidence has been rocked, and he's not done... he's not done enough for his team. I want to see how far he's fallen, actually. Where did I have him before? I had him 4th. 4th down to 7th. But that's the way I feel like it's been. I think Julio had a good start to the season, honestly. But then, I don't know. I think he got in his own head a little bit. Maybe it's just because... Maybe it's just the ping coming into effect more and more. I don't know what's going on with Julio, but I feel like he did fall off. We will watch the clip quickly together, chat. We'll all watch this together. On YouTube, you can see this clip as well if you haven't already. It's a fantastic clip. So check this out. Remember, and turn your headphones users beware.
Be careful, right?
This makes me laugh every time, man. What is this Bologna thinking?
You can't hear me, damn! It's a goddamn!
Oh, it's always so good. It's always so good. It's so outstanding. What a clip. Anyway, number 7, that guy. Gay! Just unfortunate. He didn't miss it. It's a bug, Savvy. It's a bug. We've seen it happen in the SPL, in fact, which is where I unearthed that clip, because I knew I'd seen it. No, I'd seen it happen before. So we unearthed that clip and we got back to it. But it's a classic. Anyway, number 6 for solo. You've got solo or troll or Benji. I mean, Benji, not LAN Benji, but tournament time Benji was on point as always. Benji was looking fucking disgusting up against the Dragons, who didn't even struggle against anyone else. It's worth noting, worth remembering. I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten how good that set between the Dragons and the Titans was. It was a 3-2. No, was that best of 5? It was a 3-2 or a 2. It was a 1-game set. It was a 3-2, right? It was a good set. It was a good set. It was the furthest enemy took the Dragons. The Titans were great in that set. They really performed. By the first time they performed. The best I've seen them look all season easily was in that set. So yeah, and Benji in his typical style showed up on game day. This motherfucker, when you get to an event, Benji is there and Benji shows up. He's the GOAT solo laner. I'm sorry if you didn't know that, chat. Benji is the GOAT solo laner. He is. There's no argument. He is the GOAT. And he doesn't even play the game. Dude, I wish I was like him. Wish I could do that. I gotta grind to be even half decent. But anyway, number 4. All right, who we got left? We've got our boys, Final K, Variety, Haddix, and Nika P. Easy peasy for me. Variety goes in at number 4, falling off a little bit along with the rest of his team. They didn't qualify. They did not qualify. T3 sub, if you move and keep me number 4, I can't do that. That's what I can't do it. I'm sorry. I appreciate the attempt, though. It can't be bought that cheap. If you need my PayPal, I can send you it, and then you can find out for what amount I can be bought. Variety goes in at number 4. I think he has had a good season so far. I've been impressed with Variety overall. I think I had him at number 1 last time out, didn't I? I did, yeah. His consistency fell off a little bit after that. Had a couple of rough sets. Yeah, still had some good ones for sure. Number 3. Okay, this is tough. I think I could put any of these 3 at number 1. It's really hard to put Nika number 1 because his team's been so bad. I think he's shown up a lot the further the season's gone on. I had complaints personally when I did my previous tier list about him showing up in games and then his team not being able to do anything off it. You know, he would win laning phases and do nothing. Was my opinion before. I think he turned that around a little bit as the games have gone on, as the league's gone on. I think he has improved his sort of capitalization on his performance. Do we put him number 3? Or has he been better than that? It's really hard when it's individual performances, because when you look at individual performances, has anybody looked better in the solo lane than Nika? I'm not sure that anybody has. In the actual lane? It's interesting. We're getting a lot of differing opinions in the chat. It's I think it's a contentious subject. I think I'm going to do it, chat. I think I'm going to do something which I wouldn't normally do, which is put a losing player at number 1. That's what I'm going to do. And then it's going to be... That's kind of true, yeah. If I put Big Man Tings at 3rd... But Big Man Tings didn't even qualify for the tournament, Wolfie. You got to remember that Nika qualified for the tournament as first seed out of his group. He just then didn't win. I mean, you got to give him that. He got to the semi-finals. Big Man Tings did not qualify. He did get destroyed by the dragons, but did he get destroyed by the dragons or did Cord? Yeah, you know what? No, I'm committing to that. The reason that yeah, what, is he a different color than the rest of his team? No, he's just way up here and they're way down here. Never mind. I'm doing it. Does that work? There you go. It's happening. I'm putting him first. Big Man Things didn't even qualify. He did qualify. And then his team lost. Okay, Final K versus Haddix. Over the season, if you're not taking recency bias into account, it's definitely Haddix, in my opinion. I think he's been the more consistent player over the year. If you take recency bias into account, I think it's Final K. I think it's Fino. I think I'm going to go Fino to Haddix 3rd. which is, yeah, that's how it works. We do recency bias on here, and this is what we do. Okay, let's spin the wheel here. Let me just remove the solo lane roll. All right, let's get on with let's do the easy bit. Let's do the easy bit. The number 1 ADC is Panda Cat, and it is not close. He is the best. He is the difference maker. He is the current number 1 player in the league, in my opinion. He was well, at least in Phase 1 playoffs, he was the number 1. The amount of impact he had, the amount of difference he made for his team was quite frankly scary. Scary. And we're not talking Scary D. We're talking Scary P. Panda Kizzle. Scary M. Maxim. Absolutely lethal. He was very, very good. Very, 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 very good. Where do you put Breznov? Number 2, probably. But yeah, PCat, I cannot overstate how outstanding he was at the Phase 1 playoffs. I think that's the best Panda Cat I've ever seen. Which is saying a lot, because Panda Cat has been an outstanding player, you know, since Season 4, I'd say. Season 4, he won World. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good spot. But jeez Louise, that motherfucker was good. He was so good. He's like up here. He's in G1, if you think about it. But also we don't do that. We just do rankings. We don't fuck about. We don't do even rankings. We don't do gaps. We don't do groups. That's not the shit we do. I'm sorry, chat. We don't do cop-outs. We don't do... We just rank people from 1 to 8. That's what we do. But PCat is numero uno by a long way. I won't do it. I won't do it. I don't do these kind of gestures. Is it fair to say that Panda is the GOAT of Smite after adapting? No. He's a very, very good ADC, but I don't know if he's the GOAT of Smite after adapting. I think that's a very contentious take to go for. Anyway, yeah. Yaman, yeah, you could argue for Yaman. I don't think you can argue for a GOAT after adapting is the GOAT. The second GOAT, who cares? What does it matter if you're the second GOAT? Kind of fucking... If you can't argue for the person to be the GOAT, then they're not... Like, what does it fucking matter? Adapting's the GOAT. Everybody else is not the GOAT. That is the... that's the end of the story. There's no second GOAT. There's no close. There's the GOAT. You're either the GOAT or you're not the GOAT. Right now, adapting is the GOAT. Everybody else is not the GOAT. And that's the entire thing you need to care about. You bias, lol. Sure. Whatever. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay. Number 8 is between 2 people. It is between Mr. Green and Mr. Blue. And it's Mr. Blue. I built it up for a second there, and then it's Mr. Green. Zap's had too many bad games, too many, like, excruciatingly bad games to not be number 7. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at me for this. He's had too many terrible games. Too many terrible games to not be number 7. Emo's had a lot of terrible games as well. Zap's had more good games than Emo's had good games. That's it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. I'm sorry. There's if you look back on the games and you watch them critically, I'm sure you would be of the same opinion. Well, at least I think you'd be of the same opinion. It's easy to, it's easy for me to say that because I feel that I'm right. But I feel like I just don't see how you can't have these two as the bottom 2. I really don't. Zap's had too many games where he saved his beads or saved his Aegis and died in lane needlessly and then dropped the Fido, left his team in a bad spot. And ended up losing games. Zap, on the other hand, Sometimes he gets a hold of Haim, or he has a good game on something else, like a Cern or a Jingwei or some shit, and he has a great time of it. But he's too inconsistent. Okay. Numero 6. Let's have a look at who you've got here. Vote, Cyclone Spin, Barracuda, Netroid, Pandacot, Hardcore. I think if you look at those names, it becomes fairly easy to see what you do, and that's what you do is you put Vote here. I think the side lanes for the Warriors have been a lot better than the core. But I think it has a lot of its ended up falling down to Nika. Vote's not carried out of his lane. He's done okay. Maybe that's because he's more affected by the performance of the core. Maybe teams are putting more focus on the Joe side of the map. I don't know. But Nika's looked like by far the better player. That's just the way it is for me. Vote comes in at number 6. How drunk am I? I have had about 3/4 of a bottle of wine. I did bring through a second bottle of wine in case I wanted to keep drinking, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have a whiskey. So I have a 2020 Chilean Cabernet. Interesting. Could be nice. Vote's been getting camped a ton? Yeah, that's true. But he has also been dying a ton. We're not getting fucked tonight. We're not getting. It's not a good idea. I got stuff to do tomorrow. I need to write another fucking like 20 Jamillionaire questions probably. I don't know. Yeah, the four 2 times in bottom 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. Look at this dual lanes. Just goes to show how little effect the dual lane has on the rest of the map. Anyway, number 5 for the ADCs. This is tough because I think the top 5 teams, by the way, have all been. Well, I mean, top 5 in my ordering here. Netroid, I guess, didn't even qualify, right? But these have all been pretty good. I think my number 5 is going to be Netroid. Fell off a little bit towards the end of the season. Not blown me away with individual performances too much. And he will end up there. Then I think we go Barracuda in the number 4 spot. Still been pretty good. But I think Cyclone Spin has moved above him. After his recent performances for the Titans, I think he's stepped up a lot for his team. I think Cyclone is a bit all over the place. I have a slight problem with his over-aggressive tendencies and his inconsistency. But you've got to give it to him over the last little while. Cyclone has stepped up a lot. How's Cyclone ahead of Barra? Because he's had better individual performances. Barra's just been in the game. What does Barra really... I think the games which the Bolts have won have been off the back of Ven and Laspera. It's got to be said, they've been off the back of Ven, Laspera, and Haddix mostly. Even Jake and Barra being at 3 and 4, it doesn't really surprise me. The duo lane just kind of chill out, don't do a whole lot, and get there. Barra didn't feed Sam. Yeah, Barra does well in not feeding. That is what he's good at. Barra ults FG. No other teams can act like. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Barra did. You remember when Barra ulted FG and lost the objective for his team, chat? You remember that? Huh? I'll give you the socks, Ben. Ugh! Socks. They're the goats. There he is. There's Barra. Barra, Ven, Haddix, Jake. That's who am I missing? Barra, Ven, Haddix. That's Laspera, and that's Ro. There they are. Okay, we got it. Oh, for fuck's sake, say the line as well. Is Afro gay? Oh, I'm not doing it, Jay Velasco. Somebody refund Jay Velasco's points. One of these mods. Refund Jay Velasco's. Refund both their points. I'm done. I will not be trolled like this. Why Julio 7th? I felt like he lost a lot of confidence after that game against the Warriors you guys had, and he fell off a lot. That was my thoughts on it at the time. Also, Solo's a stack troll. But yeah. Okay, number 2 for ADC. Who could it be? Who could it possibly be? Number 2, Hardcore. We'll be sitting in there at number 2. And these are my power rankings. You won? Yeah, you didn't win what matters. At the end of the day, Heroin. That's the power rankings positionings. You lost to Ben. And that's it. That's what I've got. This is where I'm at right now. This is my opinion right now of where the different teams are. Now, do I have the problem where there's a possibility that the bolts are above the dragons? There is a possibility of that. Let's find out. 2, 4, 6. No, 2, 4, 8. That's maths. 9, 10. 10 for the dragons. Okay. Now, 3, 4, 5, 8, 12. Oh my god, I'm so clean. Yeah. I didn't move all of the kings down, and it feels bad to have them above it. Like, it's tough. I think it's really tough. I mean, everybody complains about me for recency bias, but then you're like, these guys didn't qualify. How can they be above X, Y, and Z? I don't know. It's tough. It's hard. It's hard, all right? I can do 7, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 for the Leviathan. Oh, God, I've pasted rather than copying. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. I'm pressing so many buttons, chat. The wine's starting to take effect. And tournaments just matter more. I agree with you. And I think I counted the recency bias there. Ben, thanks very much for the 6 months. I thought I already... Oh, you just did a soccer bill. That's what it was. Welcome back. The hashtag NHL tomorrow. I appreciate it. Warriors at 28. Scarabs at 29. Valks at 40. Oh, shit. Valks. Yeah, that's right. Valks are definitely 8 times 4. Let's put them in. That's easy. 40. Oh, God. Scarabs 29. Are they this one? No, they gotta be... Are they above? Hang on. 1, 7, 14, 21, 27, 28. 28 for the Warriors. Where are they? Are they here, maybe? 28. Oh, God. I've lost my mind. Chat. Everybody shut up. Everyone just shut up and let me do it, okay? You're stressing me out. Just let me do the maths on stream. I'll be dumb. Everything will be fine. 4, 8, 11, 15, 20 for the Kings. Yeah, correct. You were correct, Savvy. Good job. 20. And then 6, 11, 17. All right, 5, 10. Add 12 is 22. Add 7 is 29. And then the last team is the Titans, which are 5, 10, add 12, 22, add 3, 25, right? Is that, did I add it up right, chat? Did I add it up right? Your 8 months is tomorrow? Nice. Let's go. No, I appreciate it. Red Code, it just confuses me when I see all these numbers coming at me. It very much confuses me. Okay. Anyone scrims? I can put a team together, I bet. This is the power rankings. This is what I've got. Should we have a quick comparison? We'll have a quick comparison to last time. Let's see how things changed. This is the old ones. This is the new ones. Okay. Can I like insert rows maybe? This could be cool. Insert column. Where did I insert the column? Where did the column go? All right, went there. Insert. Insert one right. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Insert one right. Insert one right. Okay. Let's. There we go. How's that? Is that fine? Sure. Yeah, it looks great. All right, chat, you're on the move. You're over here now. Okay. Nika is plus... How many? 6 to first. He's plus 5. Please don't become a formula. No. Do I need to... Oh, okay. So I just need to put 1. There we go. That worked. This is cool. Okay. Final K is plus 1. Haddix, -1. Variety, -3. Benji, +2. Solar Troll, he's +1. That's plus exclamation mark, to be fair. Anyway. Oh, he's -1. Shit. I was counting going up 1 as fucking +1. Whoops. Minus is good. It's like golf. Oh, no. Wait. No, it's not. Never mind. I'm just like, I've lost my mind. Julio is -3. This is their comparison to where they were in the last tier list on. Hope I said your name correctly. And dash. Okay. No, let me resize this. Thank you. There you go. Let's resize this. Let's resize this. Let's resize this. It's probably going to be fine. Let's resize this a little bit bigger again because I've lost my mind. Okay, Venenu. He is +3. Shinto. Dash. Big Man Tings. -2. Jungles? When? Who's that? Herwind. He's +1. And he's complaining. Paul. Wow, Paul's actually minus... he's 3rd to 5th. Yeah, I had him too high before, I think. Veronic is even. Darda's even. Zero's even. -5? How have I written that? Sorry. I apologize. Okay, jungle. Now I'll do jungle. Laspra +3. That's equals 3. I need to use my numpad. Sam for soccer +1. Panatom -2. Captain Twig -2. Layers. He's in the same place, really? Damn. Scary D, same place. Kiva Fred +1. Johnny -1. Oh, why is the colors wrong? What's wrong with the colors? Support. Oh, okay. We have this doesn't work. This doesn't fit Jake's name in. Thanks, Jake. You got to be a special butterfly, don't you? Okay. PBM +1. Wrong you. -1. Jake. Even. Still where he was. No. I just want a dash. Thank you. No. I'm lying. He's -1. +1. Holy shit, chat. I'm losing my mind. Everybody shut up. Alright, I'm pouring myself another drink. I need another drink. Otherwise, this is going to fall apart. Pop a squid, yeah. Cork's always nice. Okay. Right. Let me just have a sip of this and then I can do my maths. Okay, inbound, +1. Obviously. Aurora, -1, obviously. Neil Mad, dash, obviously. Raffer, dash. Alright. Oh shit, I haven't inserted any row here. Insert one right. Smaller. Thank you. Okay, PCAT, he is +1, although he deserves to be about +8. I gotta say. Difference between his league performance and his what the hell? These not quite. Oh, it's because there's no That's what I want? Yeah, seems good. Hardcore, -1. Cyclone Spin, +1. Barracuda, 6th to 4th, +2. Netrioid, 3rd to 5th, -2. Tell me I'm not fucking this up, chat. Vote, -1. Zatman, dash. Amelito, dash. Okay, that's it. That's it. I've done it. Teams. Oh god, I gotta add a new teams in. You have genetics -1. Okay. Jungler rank changes in mid lane colors. That is unfortunate. How do I... Can I grab this? Oh god. It's like this color? No. This color? Yeah. This is some kind of purple. This is some kind of green. Probably this one? No, it's one lower. How is that difficult for anybody else? Oh, what if I just changed the wrong one? That's fine, right? Orange. Where's orange? Is it that? No. Where's the orange? Is it that? No. Is it that? Where is this orange color? Oh, is it this one? Ah, it was in the theme section. Is in the theme section. All right, okay, so are we fine? Everybody the right color? No, Sam's the wrong color. He's a nice pink. Oh, there we go. Is there an eyedropper button? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody who has to see me like this. I just don't know how to use my brain. I apologize. Okay. And obviously kings and... do I have to do the maths for you here? You can figure it out, right? You can figure it out. I think that's it. I think that's it for the power rankings, surely. Alright, okay, so I gotta do it. Where did this Q come from? Okay, you are +2. I forgot I have to do the fucking stupid thing. +2. Bolts have gone from 4th to 2nd, so they're +2 also. Leviathans are -2. Kings are -2. Titans are dash. Warriors are +1. Scarabs are -1. And Valkyries are where they were. Okay. +4? Where's +4? What did I get wrong? Are you just trolling me, Nero? The hell, man? Did I get this really wrong? Dragons? They've gone from 3rd to 1st, so they're +2. What's 3 minus 1? 2. You serious, Nero? Well, everybody look at what Nero wrote in the chat there. Everybody, I want all of you on YouTube to have a good look at what Nero, aka Matthias, has written in the chat. Let's have a quick look there at what he's written The way he's phrased it, yeah. That's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, YouTube. This is the end of my power rankings. Let me know what you think down below. At the end of the day, it's all subjective nonsense, but this is the way I feel. This is the way I feel the teams line up. If you look at these are my current power rankings. These are where the teams stand. I'm not showing you my change between last time and this time. Thanks for watching, and please like and that. I don't know. What do the YouTube stuff? You know what the YouTube stuff is, huh? You know what the YouTube stuff is. But yeah, let me know what you think. And let me know what you want to see in the future. I think I'll probably do some predictions for next weekend's SPL. Maybe I'll have some other content for you as well. We'll see. I'm still super busy right now, so we shall see. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.